And welcome back to Lakeview Zoo. Now, thank you so much for the recent support and, suggestions and comments and everything like that. Much appreciate all the engagement that everyone is bringing to this channel. Now, this episode we are going to be working on I got a suggestion about having a separate bus area, so that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be building a bus entrance for the guests. So we will move that bus from that little seated area, which was supposedly going to be the bus stop, but it doesn't really make sense. They can't really pull in there. So we're going to expand the car park and make another bus area where they can, reverse and park into that area. Then we will add a guest spawner into the bus itself, so guests actually come out of the bus, which is a really cool concept. Like, it makes it more realistic that the guests are getting off. Like, it's unlimited guests coming out of the bus, so it's a bit of a clown car situation, but nevertheless they're coming out of the bus. So we put a guest spawner in there, connect it to the path, and then we cover it with the car park, and then the guests walk down the little crosswalk that's there underneath the path. So it's all connected and makes it's all working. Well, I hope it's working. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure which way the guest spawn is supposed to go, for it works both ways or whatever. But that's the way it's done. So if guests don't come out of that, we know that I messed up and it's not working. So yeah, that's that. It is a little bit of a funny entrance because it's sort of backs on right onto the exhibit here. So we sort of had to do a bit of terrain work to sort of get the pathing situation, to work properly, because I want a big path because, it's an entrance. I want it to be, accessible and look good and everything like that. So it does take a little bit of, finicky path working. But I think we got there in the end. We had to do a little, chicane, not a chicane, a little, detour area, if you will, in the middle. That will add a nice little garden to that. We'll put some, pathing and decorative work around it all to make it look neat and tidy, and some fences, and it looks nice, alright? So we get it all looking good. We also sort of match the style of building, so it's all still one building connected, kinda. So yeah, we make it look like it is actually one building rather than two separate buildings. So we are starting to do the crosswalk. I can't speak, I'm having a stroke, guys. Yeah, the little crosswalk that, crossing. What? I have no idea what I'm saying. The crossing that people walk on, we're starting that, alright? You can clearly see we're doing that. And that grass area there, that's going to be a nice big garden bed, because I wasn't really too keen on having a massive big car park there, the entire thing. So to break it up a little bit, to add some greenery, we're going to add a nice garden here. We do quite a bit of flowers and trees, and it just looks really nice. I'm really happy with actually how the whole entrance came out. I put a lot of effort into it. So if you have any feedback on the way it looks or suggestions, please let me know, like you have been in the past episodes, which is very much appreciated, like I said before. So just finishing up the crossing here, which is actually pretty, the park is closed, and it probably will stay closed for a while, just because, the frame rate, and once it gets to my old park where it was 7,000 guests, it drops quite a bit. So we're going to keep it probably closed for a little while, at least until majority of the park is complete, just because with there's 700 pieces in these two buildings, so it's a lot of work to run this park so far. But I mean, my computer's a beast, so that's fine, but my old zoo, it was struggling towards the end of the series because there was just so many people. So for this one, I'm probably going to leave it closed for a little bit just to, you know, give it a fighting chance, you know. And look how good that looks. It looks really nice so far. There's nothing special to this building, just the main walk through, and then we do like a little gift shop. You know how like they have like little shops at the front or at the end, like you got to walk through. So like as you're leaving, you just buy a bunch of stuff. That's what I'm sort of going for. Like this is supposed to be an entrance and exit as well. Like guests can come and leave through here, so it sort of makes sense that there is a shop right at the front. Spend their money, pretty much. That's what we want. We just want money in this park. Even though it's sandbox, we're trying our best to get all that moolah, you know what I'm saying? So all this will be covered with flooring, apart from like the main 2 sections of path, just because I like that there. But yeah, this building of gift shop will be all covered with flooring. It's a bit of an odd angle, but that's okay. Like we do walls around it and make it look obviously very nice and, you know, low. This wall was clipping into, you know, old mate's back a bit, so we had to adjust that. We don't want him to go to the chiropractor every afternoon after his shift and complaining about there's a wall in his butt. So we had to adjust that a little bit. And I'm also doing the log edges, the entire, I'm probably going to do it most of the park, just because it's, you know, like I said last episode, a forest. So we got to, you know, incorporate the deforestation that we had to go through in order to get this park. So all the logs that are on the buildings are former trees that we've cut down. So, you know, put them to good use. So yeah, here is the garden area. We actually do put a deer on top of the rock and make it look all very nice indeed, because I mean, I'm not sure if we'll have deer in this park, but you never know. I want it to be like quite realistic. And speaking of realism, hopefully, potentially, there's going to be a new DLC coming out quite soon. So depending on when this is going out, it could be soon or it could be happened. I'm not sure, but yeah, Frontier are putting out a new DLC. So hopefully, fingers crossed, there's more aquarium animals in that pack, because that would be really cool. Because I've done in my old zoo like giant otters, like a walk-through tunnel, which was very cool. That was very popular on the channel and like Reddit and everything. Everyone seemed to love that idea. So I wouldn't mind doing that again if it was like maybe seals. Like that would be pretty cool. But I also want, like, probably won't happen, but like fish. I feel like that would be a cool like exhibit in those boxes. Like, can you imagine walking through like a building and just having like fish either side? I just feel like that would be really cool. Like that would be sick. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going to be going in this DLC, but hopefully, yeah, it's some aquarium animals. That panda would be pretty cute put on the front, but we end up going with the deer instead. But I reckon throughout the park we'll put some other little statues, and I think it'll be pretty cool. We do like trial this bear, but I think the deer is more appropriate. Just so yeah, we have to obviously light the deer. I definitely want to try and do better lighting in this park, like at the end with the walkthrough, potentially, depending on if I finish the park or not this time. We'll do like a day walkthrough and a night walkthrough, which I feel like would be really cool. But I think it's very cool. We do actually need to add some lights to this building though, because it is very dark. So go ahead, and I'm actually really digging. This is from the aquatic DLC, I believe. I'm not sure, but they're like little, think of them as like little submarine lights, which are very cool indeed. So yeah, we add them to the building. They give off some nice light, which is very nice. Not too bright, and we also like change it to nice, well, like a nice yellow, which I think is more calming, more cooler. So like, I mean, it is cooler as in like style cool, but it's also cooler as in like temperature cool, like for the lighting. Like jumpy, because sometimes I forget to press record, or I just get caught up in the moment and just do, you know, too much in between like recordings. So yeah, bear with me, but we do have some good videos and episodes coming up soon, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have been getting a few more people around, so thank you very much for subscribing. Hope you're enjoying the content thus far. I know, well, the people that have been commenting, I know you have been, so thank you very much. And let's, let's try and really actually finish this park, because so far it's looking very good. Looking very nice, okay? I thoroughly enjoy Planet Zoo, and apparently you guys thoroughly enjoy watching it. The roof a little, into the walls a little bit just because it's a bit tall, but I think it's looking pretty. It's a nice little building. It's got like 4 shops. We had some tables and fruit and decorative stuff. Actually, 5. Scratch that. We put in another little kiosk guy person here. So yeah, that's a nice little 5 shops. Yeah, we do add in some tables and some merchandise, fruit. It's more like a little market area now that I think of it. Which nothing wrong with that. It's still part of what we need to be doing. We add them to the previous logs just to add a little bit of texture, break it up a little bit and make it look a little bit more detailed as well. And these glass panels are really nice. They're like subtle and they look good and they reflect really nice and they're just good. So I have been using them throughout the park. Don't worry, I know that there's a bit of a gap there in the roof, but I fixed that now, like fixed it off camera because it looks a bit unfinished. Well, it is unfinished really, it's got no roof. So yeah, we do finish that, so no need to stress, guys, it's all good. We add a bunch of boxes and like fruit and stuff. I'm not really sure what other detailing and objects and stuff we can add to it. So yeah, let me know if you have the game and there's other stuff that I can add to it. Let me know, because I haven't gone through everything in this game, so I'm still learning. That's okay. It might look a little bit empty, but maybe they're just really good at business at the moment, which I feel like is reasonable thus far. Probably not. Probably like more like $20, $15 for kids, something like that, or like $50 for a family of 4. I don't really know, but it will be very good for people to like. Look at all this fresh produce. Like, it's like a fruit market right here. Like, you got your bottles of cordial and stuff, and then fruit. Oh, so good. We had a nice little fence to go all the way around the little garden area here. We do fill it up with a nice little garden bed. Looks very nice indeed, especially like when you walk through the front gates. I think it just looks really, it's special, like with the water right next to it. It's like super peaceful. See like the tortoises, and then this is the finished product, which I think looks great. Like the garden there, the building. We might have to add a few more lights to the building, but like, look at this garden. I'm really happy with how this garden turned out. It looks really nice. It's lush. You have the the sun beaming through. Like, look at the building. It looks great. So yeah, this is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.